Here with the Raymond Report doing our first video interview. Today we got,
Cale Britt, class of 28, Bishop Moore, linebacker.
tell me, when did you start playing football?
So I started playing football in Pop Warner around 5th to 6th grade and for about 2 years. And then I took a break after I got a concussion, came back freshman year, and really just fell in love with football.
Oh, okay, so you took that much of a break off and came back
Yeah.
like you came back.
hmm
That's pretty crazy.
I joined lacrosse actually, and then came to freshman year to Bishop Moore to join the lacrosse team, joined the freshman team, and just fell in love with it and couldn't let go of it. So
I've been working and recruiting with a lot of Canadian kids. So a lot of the Canadian kids, they come up playing hockey. I cross over into lacrosse a little bit. I like that you made that switch back. Like I said, it's crazy to me that you're making the impact that you're making and you took that long of a hiatus.
yeah.
Do you have did dad play, granddad or something like that? Is there anybody that, kind of?
Yes. So my dad played when he was in high school, and my uncle did. He went to go to play at college, and I think JU. Or no. I think he went and played at Troy, and he played in college. And then my grandpa played in high school. So all of them played in high school, but my uncle made it probably the farthest. He went to play at Rutgers at linebacker. So
Okay, that's a big deal.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's him and my grandpa. They help a lot with football too.
Does size run in the family?
It does. So on my mom's side, there's a ton of big dudes. Her cousins and um, her brother is pretty tall. Her dad was her grandpa actually was pretty tall. He was about 6'1". My dad's side is a little bit smaller, but once you get into the cousins and
Mhm.
everything, they're about 6'4", 6'5". So
Okay.
they're pretty big. Yeah,
I was wondering where you got your size from.
yeah, yeah. My mom's pretty tall too. She's about 5'10", so that
Oh,
helps a
okay.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I saw, I'm guessing it was your mom and dad, you were on a visit. I think was it at the U? You were on
It
the field?
was, yes, it was at Miami. So I went there and then I went to Auburn and UCF, but I was just with my dad on the Auburn and the UCF one. So
Okay.
yeah.
If you had if you had to describe your play style, how you play the position, how would you describe yourself?
Yeah. So I would probably describe myself as very physical, sideline to sideline, love like super fast, twitchy. And I like to one thing I like to point out about myself is I'm very prepared when I come into a game. I like to prepare myself, watch a ton of film, make sure that like I can just let my game take over and not have to think, okay, well, what's he gonna do here? No, I already kind of know, okay, this guard, what he's gonna do. So I like to let my game play and do what I do, you know what I mean?
You watch much film?
I do. I watch a lot of film. I'm always one of the top players on the team that watches a lot of our film, so
Okay, yeah, coaches are gonna like that. I see that, you have the grade, so watching a lot of film shows football IQ, especially at linebacker, that's really important.
yes, sir.
It's definitely a position that you can get sucked into some trash if you don't know what you're looking at,
Yeah.
being prepared matters the most. So, I like, watching your film. I really like that physical style. My favorite part about you is that you finish the tackle through the ground.
Yeah. So I feel like another one of my unique play styles. I just started playing linebacker this year. So freshman year, I played on the freshman team, played tight end, and played receiver, tight end my whole life. And they wanted to get me on the field. They said, well, look, listen, we have a starting position for you at linebacker, and it was a big adjustment. But one of the things that like set me apart is I was able to use kind of my receiver and tight end skills to just kind of give the lineman like a little move, like treat it as he was a DB and
Mhm.
get around him and just and make the tackle. So that was one of my I feel like unique play styles for sure.
So you like to use a little bit of finesse too, you're not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
aggressive.
Right, yeah.
I would imagine you watch NFL ball.
Yes, sir.
If you would say somebody at your position, somebody that you model your game after, who would you say that would be?
I don't really actually have an NFL. Like, I love college football. College
Mhm.
football is where it's at. Like I love watching college football. So I would honestly say college is more where I would be able to tell you. I watch NFL, but I don't religiously watch it. Like I tend to on YouTube. I watch ton of college like highlights, everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like one person that I would definitely compare myself to in college is Jacob Rodriguez from Texas
Okay.
Tech.
Yeah.
He's very twitchy, fast, great in pass coverage, and he just loves finishing those tackles. Like
Yeah.
I was watching his Senior Bowl, and man, he was balling out. So
Yeah,
I
he
would
gets
definitely,
downhill quick.
yeah, I would definitely compare myself. I think to him.
That's a great comp. You
Yeah,
go play like him, you're gonna go wherever you wanna go.
sir.
Given maybe not just at your school, let's just talk about your area. In
Mm.
your area, what would you say separates you at your position versus, what the rest of the competition is?
Right. So I would say my drive. I feel like a lot of kids around me where I live, I feel like they want it, but I feel like I'm out here every day getting 2 workouts in a day, 5 days a week, 3 workouts in, and I feel like I just there's a part of me that, like, I know someone else out there is doing the same thing as me. So that's usually what tends to push me and drive, and it drives me to, like, wanna be better. So I know, like, "Okay, I gotta get 3 workouts in today. I gotta get my lift, I gotta get my speed, and I gotta get my training." I'm always on the go and just wanting to get better. I think that definitely separates me from, some of my competition around me.
So I like that. Your desire and your work ethic. The fact
Yes,
that
sir.
you might, I might not be the most athletic, I might not be the fastest, but you're not gonna outwork me.
Right.
It's like 1.12 million high school football players in America, 75,000 in the, NCAA.
Yeah.
It's staggering.
It's crazy. I was
Yeah.
I was I was looking at it, and it's just like it makes you realize, like, how blessed you really are to just to be where you're at. Like, I was really thinking about that, like, I'm so blessed to where I just am, like, it just opens your mind a lot.
One of my favorite things, there's 2 things. You can't coach you well, 3. You can't coach size, you can't coach heart, and you can't coach aggression. You
Yeah.
either have those things or you don't have those things. I can teach you how to tackle, I can teach you how to read, I can teach you how to get downhill. I can't teach you how to wanna finish the
Exactly.
tackle, you know?
Yep.
With you having those intangibles and pairing that with the size, the speed, the stride,
Mhm.
you got a lot going for you. You said you picked it back up your freshman year.
Yes, sir.
So then freshman year, so then you have 2 years back in.
Yes, sir. So I have, junior year and senior year coming, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So you picked it back up your freshman year.
Mhm.
Would you say in the last 2 years, is there a particular game that you feel like sticks out to you? Maybe you went off or it was special or big team win?
For sure, for sure. So my 2 favorite all-time games, actually, I would say 3. So my 3 top favorite games, honestly, were the Apopka game, um, in freshman football. We were playing Apopka, and it was my first, like, breakout game. I had 3 touchdowns. We tied 'em. I was the first scorer. I was the first person to score on the freshman team. So that was definitely, like, my favorite, like, made me just be like, this is where I wanna go. I wanna go play football in college."
Mhm.
And then sophomore year, linebacker would 100% say Tampa Catholic and Ugali. Ugali was one of the big we lost to them in the exact same position freshman year, so everyone obviously was out to go get them. It was the most energetic, stands were packed full. It was I had, I think, 15, 16 tackles.
Sheesh.
It was amazing. And then Tampa Catholic, it was my first ever breakout game. I had 15 tackles again. I had, I think, 2 sacks, I think 3 TFLs, and super fun. No game could compare to those 3 games for sure.
I saw that you were a tackling machine. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just coming off top of my head from the
Yeah.
research that I did. You had, what was it, 80 tackles? This was regular season. I'm not including the playoffs.
Regular
And
season, yes, I think it was 80
it was
tackles. Yes,
80
sir.
tackles, and it was like you were the leading sophomore, and was it 4 leagues? Something like
Yeah,
that?
yes, 4 or 5, yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. That's pretty
So
sick. It's
yes,
definitely something to
sir.
be proud of. You're a tackling machine that gets people noticed. You have a nose for the football, you're finding your way to the football. This is something that, really matters when you get to the next level. It
Mhm.
matters this translates into life. You have a bad day, bad moment. How do you respond to a bad play?
Right, so I think I have a unique kinda way. I mean, I think a lot of people do this, but my mentality is when I mess up in a play, you can't let it get in your head. Like, it's there's so many downs and plays within a football game that I feel like you can't just let that one get in your head. You gotta always think the next play is gonna be the best play, right? So I tell myself I can't let this play that I just messed up on affect my whole game to where now the next play I could have just had a sack, but I hesitated because I was too busy thinking about the last play that I messed up on. One of the things that helped me is just next play. I just tell myself next play before every play, no matter what, and that tends to help me get out my head if I'm find myself kind of thinking too much, or you know what I mean. That helps me a lot. Just telling myself next play.
Yeah, 'cause you get in your head and then you turn 1 bad play into 2 bad plays, into 3
Yeah,
bad
right.
plays, and then it
Yeah,
compounds, and now it was a bad game.
right. And when a college
Yeah,
coach sees
I like
that, they're
that.
gonna be like, "What's going on?" So
Exactly.
and I will say, like, that definitely
Consistency.
happened, yeah. Yeah, so, wha that helped me a lot, just telling myself next play.
We're deep into the off season now. You're in camp season, but what does your off season training workouts, schedule? What does that look like?
Right. So, Monday, it's just I do 2 workouts a day, team lift, and then I get my own workout in after school. Then Tuesday and Thursday, I have linebacker training, and Wednesdays and Fridays, I have, speed and agility trainings, so 40 times, 5, 10, 5, excuse me, all those, types of things, and then on the weekends is 2 workouts a day, just, power lifting and, agility, kind of hill work, sprints, jump rope, all that kind of stuff.
You're busy.
Yeah.
Between that
It
and school, you don't
and
stop. You barely have
it's
enough
hard.
time to
I was
sleep.
gonna say homework is one of those things it's hard to fit in, but, I tend to make it work, and, this is the best schedule for me right now, so
I saw you made the principals list, so you're fitting it in somewhere.
yes, sir, yes. Yes, sir.
I like it. Student athlete, student matters.
Yes, sir.
So I know that you're hungry. I know that you have the desire to get to the next level, but it's impossible for you to keep that every day. So you wake up, you're having a bad day, you didn't get much sleep, you
Mm.
just kind of feel like you're up against it. What pushes you through to bang that workout out, to get to it?
My biggest thing was, like I said before, I know someone else right now in a different state, in a different time zone, different school even is working out probably right now. That's what drives me the most is someone is working out, someone's at the same position that has a possibility of getting the exact same offer that I can, but I didn't want to work out that day, and that caused me, to be offset a day, and he's now ahead of me. So what drives me is definitely knowing that other people are working and wanting the exact same thing. So I gotta push myself and wake up 30 extra more minutes just to get a longer workout in. You know what I mean? So that helps me a lot. And honestly, like I said, I want to be better. Like I hear that alarm, everyone wants to sleep in, turn that alarm off. But for me, I gotta get up. Just get up, put your clothes on. You're already up. Go get your workout in. So that's honestly what drives me.
You got to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. You figure, every state's a little bit different, but let's just pretend that you go on and win the state championship. You play 14, 15 games, right?
Mhm.
So that's 15 days out of the year.
Right.
Out of
Exactly.
365, there's a lot of days to get
Yeah,
right for those 15. And you're in a hotbed. You can't take a day off because the
exactly.
guys around you down there, those guys are different. They're hungry.
Exactly, yeah. Shoot, yeah,
I really dig that you're embracing that and you're harnessing that energy and showing up every day because that translates. You can't fake that. You can push your way through high school. A time comes where there's 10 other guys in your position room. And I actually tweeted about this today. When you get to college, let's say you go to the U and there's, 15 guys in your room. All 15 of those guys, if they came from 15 different states, all 15 of them are all state.
exactly.
They're
Right.
all studs. It's no longer, the guy that never sees the field and sometimes gets in on kickoff. He was an All-American,
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
it's different. Do you know when you go to college, do you have a lane that you wanna get into, a career path?
Ever since I was a kid, I always loved building and just using my brain. I think a path that would really suit me the best is engineering. I really would like to pursue some type of field in engineering. I want to go to a job that I want to wake up every day and not dread going to work. You kind of something new every day. So I think
Mhm.
that'll it definitely fits my personality, my wants and desires is engineering.
It says a lot about you too because
Yeah,
you don't get into engineering being a dummy, you know?
exactly.
But I like that. Engineering is definitely a dope space. Every day there's something new. You're constantly tackling new challenges.
Hmm.
Physics, there's always something that you have to figure out. Nothing's ever
Right.
perfect in engineering. So I can see that every day in the office is a little bit different. Especially, a lot of people don't realize it until they get to college exactly how many avenues you can take in engineering.
Yeah.
Like
There's so many.
it's crazy.
Exactly. There's some that are you wouldn't even expect are engineering. It's funny.
I have a friend of mine that's in civil engineering, and whenever we get talking about jobs and he gets talking about his job, I'm like, "Bro, I really don't even understand why they're paying you. I don't
Yeah.
understand."
Yeah.
Do you have a dream school growing up? Was there a certain
I do.
school?
Yes, sir. My dad went to FSU, and FSU was just always a part of me when I grew up.
That's
And
Bobby Bowden right there.
wait, I can't. Hold on. Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, so FSU was a big part of my life. Like growing up, always just saw it as a TV show. Never thought like, wow, like this could really like growing up now in high school, this could really be me playing at the school I grew up watching. So that was one of the cool eye opener. But for sure, FSU would be a dream school to go to. And then
S
another one would honestly be Kansas. Kansas, I grew up, my grandpa, big fan of them, and he's a big part of my life too. So I've grew up watching Kansas and FSU for a while. So those are two big schools I would love to go to.
Okay, so, while you mentioned FSU, you go ahead and get that scholarship, and I'm gonna need you to send some tickets. Trying to
Okay,
get
for
out
sure.
there.
Yeah, for sure.
Virginia Tech has a really good engineering department too.
I did hear that actually. I did hear that recently.
James Franklin's out there now, they're kind of a big deal again.
Yeah, exactly.
You said that you went on a campus visit to Auburn, you went on a campus visit to the U. Is there anybody else that's showing any interest?
Yes, sir. So, Kansas is a big time.
Okay,
Big. They're showing actually a lot of interest right now. I'm going up there for junior day, and then Kansas State. They're showing some interest, and then Boston College, UCF, Lehigh, Dartmouth. So a lot of those schools, Miami, um, Auburn, not really, but UCF, Miami are still keeping in contact. UCF really likes my film and is going to try to get me down there. And Kansas is probably the most interested in me right now. So
I really uh, I really think that you're in a good spot.
yes, sir.
Sophomore, you just named off all of those schools that are showing some interest. Your junior year, that's arguably the most important year. For you to
Mhm.
be going into your junior year with that much interest, you're sitting in a really good spot. You
Yes,
keep
sir.
talking about all those kids around the country that are working. You're sitting in a better spot than a lot of those kids are. You
I
keep
appreciate
working,
it.
and you're gonna go wherever you wanna go,
Yes,
which
sir. Thank you.
hopefully Coach Norvell is making that phone call, and that's gonna be Florida State.
Yes, sir. I hope so.
That's what I'm hoping for too now. Now I gotta figure out how to get in contact with this guy.
Yes. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be sick. We talked a little bit about, mom's side with the size
Mhm.
and, grandpa, your uncle. Um, who would you say is your biggest supporter or supporters? You don't have to single out
Uh,
anybody.
100% my parents' biggest impacts of my life, and, definitely my grandparents. They are always there at every game. They try to support as much as they possibly can, and, honestly, just those are my closest family members that are continuously a part of my life and help wanna see me grow, and that's the biggest thing I feel like as a family, as a group of family that needs to be super successful is just you wanna see other people grow and you're not competing with your family, you know what I mean? Like, it's a loving circle. I would say for sure.
There's a lot to be said about having those people behind you and knowing that you have that support and
R
that willingness to go that extra mile for you and, make sure that you're nurtured, taken care of because there's gonna be days in the future that you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that backbone. And, we're not even talking football. I always
Right.
I always tell my kids that, when I'm coaching, I'm like, I have 2 jobs. My
Mm,
first job is to make you a better man. My second job
right.
is to make you a better football player, and I can't
Mm,
do one without the other because one day football ends. If you go to the NFL and you have a 10-year career, it's awesome. You're still 31, 32 years old, and you're coming back out into the real world. What kind of a
yeah,
man are you? And so,
exactly.
not just in your football journey right now, but when that day comes, having supportive parents and people behind you, that's such an important pillar in the foundation of life.
Yeah. So when you actually sent me the kind of questions in here and there, I saw that question like what would you look in the school in the foundation of school, and that was a big thing as I want they want to see not just a good football player, but a great human being, and that's that's what they strive for, and that's what they try to produce. Because, like you said, football's gonna end, and you're gonna have to be able to go out in the real world and not just be at a college campus 24/7 football, football, football. You're gonna have to talk to tons of more people, live a normal life. That's what I definitely would look for in a college is that they strive to make you a better human being and a good football player at the same time.
Gotta be a good person first because everything else follows. If you're
Right.
not living life right, eventually it's gonna catch up. So you got iPhone or Samsung.
I don't even know a high school football player with a Samsung, I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
I haven't met someone with it.
Maybe
I
maybe
mean,
once you get to my old ripe age of 34 is when it starts happening because I feel like
yeah.
half of my friend group has Samsungs and they slander me all day.
Yeah, my dad almost got one. He was saying
Oh,
all
no.
that. The fast speed, I was like, "Bro, iPhone is
Yes.
the way to go."
It is. It's definitely the way to go. It looks nice, feels nice, and it's got a nicer brand. When you tell somebody you got the new Samsung, that's not a flex. Say on your team, who's the best trash talker? Is it the big guys or is it the skill guys?
Oh, it's definitely skill guys. DBs,
Skill guys?
especially last year, DBs would go at it. They would always talk crap. I will say there was 1 or 2 O linemen that would love to talk smack, especially our center. He was the biggest trash talker on our team, but overall, definitely skill guys. Yeah, for sure.
Being a line guy, I wanted to be the lineman, but I can agree. The skill
Yeah.
guys always end up being a little bit quicker and having slicker comments to say. The offensive, defensive linemen end up sounding really corny with what they're saying. What do you got on the playlist pregame, getting ready to walk out, get after it? What are you listening to?
100% Young Boy. Young Boy gets me if I'm hitting a PR, if I'm going into a training session or a game, Young Boy, you can't go wrong with Young Boy.
Coming from an old head, you need to take a second and go back and listen to mixtape Weezy and listen to the 2007 to 2009, 2010 mixtape Weezy. Telling you it's different. You guys
I
don't have any music compared to what we were having.
have to give it a listen
Yeah, you got to.
for
You
sure.
got to. Go listen to The Drought 3. That's what I need
Okay.
you to do. The
All
Drought
right.
3, all right? You make a big play. All right, so you're making a big play. Because I hate it when somebody celebrates everything. But you just made a really big play. Do you have a go-to celly?
Sure. If I make like a sack or a pick is kinda different, but if I make a good
Yeah, you're
tackle or
going
a
off.
sack, it's one of those, like, you kinda gotta get low and just, like, drag your feet and stomp, and then, like, bring your fists together and flex on them. That go-to
Okay,
silly for
okay,
me.
okay. I
Yeah.
like it. So you said a interception is different. You get a pick is different. So how OD is the interception celly?
See, our motto at Bishop Moore is no sellies. You celebrate with your team and your team only. So honestly, if I get a pick or a pick six, I go up and I'll just run across the sideline and I'll just hype
Just
all my
slapping
boys
hands,
up.
but on the
Yeah,
inside you're
yeah,
going crazy.
like dabbing people up, jumping up in the air, shoulder bumping. That's a go-to for sure. So we're not allowed to celebrate as much at Bishop Moore. He's not a fan of it, but yeah, that would definitely be a go-to.
But if he lifted the rule, you're ready for
Oh yeah, 100%.
it. I like it.
I would definitely have to do a shoot, if he let us do a celebrations, it would 100% be a backflip, percent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot. After the backflips and then the 5-foot box jump was crazy.
Yeah, so that I just recently hit, the box jump, and then the backflips, I was doing those since I was in 3rd grade. Just I was always on a trampoline, in the pool, doing flips all my life. The box jump, I've always had pretty good hops and, until usually over summer is when I do a lot of jump training and box jumps, heavyweight box jumps,
Mhm.
all that dumbbell stuff. So that's what actually helps me a lot when I got that 5 foot box jump. So
Yeah, that was sick.
yeah,
That was sick. 6'3", 6'3", 200-pound linebacker doing 5-foot box jumps. That's exciting.
yeah. And honestly, it was the coolest thing because I failed it. I tried it one time and I failed it. I couldn't get it. I tried like 6 times, and then I tried it again that day, obviously, and I kept failing. And my head coach came over and gave me like the biggest pep talk and like motivation speech. And literally right after he did that, I hit it. So that was honestly cool. So him and my defensive coordinator, my head coach and my defensive coordinator, they're also big parts of my football journey for sure.
So shout out to the HC for getting you up on that box jump
Yeah, for sure.
in the days of NIL. And I know this is gonna be a hard question for you to answer because with a
Uh-huh.
schedule like yours, you don't get much time to eat.
Right.
But the NIL is paying out in food. What restaurant are you trying to get sponsored by?
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't really have dairy, but it would have to be a pizza. It would have to be a pizza restaurant. Pizza is a go-to for me.
So you're gonna be lactose intolerant and you're gonna get a lifetime supply of cheese pizza.
Listen,
Kinda crazy.
I will do it. I will take the stomach pain. It is, and you got to get pineapple on pizza too.
Ah, that's gonna be a hot topic. It's
It's
gonna be a
it's
hot
a
topic.
hot take,
I
but
agree with you. I agree with
pineapple
you.
on pizza is 100% a go-to. You can't have pizza without pineapple on.
But do you put ham on it too?
I do. So like, I'll have like
Okay.
ham, I'll have pineapple, and then sometimes I'll put bacon on it, but I'm not a huge bacon guy to be honest. I like
Okay.
ham and the pineapple. But sometimes
I
sometimes
like
they
the
don't have the whole
pineapple.
thing. sometimes they don't have the Hawaiian, so I just gotta get the pineapple, and then, like, they'll be like, "No, we don't have the ham," so I'll be like, "Alright, I'll
How do
just
they
get the
not
pi."
have ham, but they have pineapple?
They don't they some pizza places I've been to, they said, "We don't have the Hawaiian style, you can just get the a pineapple on the side," so I'd have to drizzle the pineapple on when they brought me the cheese pizza.
That's interesting. They need to
Yeah.
close the doors on those restaurants. They got they gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, this question I had, but now I kinda think that I know the answer after our conversation earlier, but if football doesn't exist, what sport are you dominating? So you were nice?
Yeah, I was it was a big shock for my whole team, my coach, everything when I had to break the news to him because I played actually lacrosse was my main sport for a while, since
Mhm.
4th grade. Ever since I kinda, like, stopped playing football in Pop Warner, I carried into it, so I played for a really good club team called Sweetlax, and, this summer, I said, "I gotta really try to go to camps," so I actually quit Sweetlax and didn't think I was gonna quit high school ball, and I was like, "Okay, so I'll quit club, but I'll keep playing high school." And then time comes around and football was just going so well. I was getting looks. I was just wanting to go to practice. I was wanting to go to practice every day. And lacrosse, I just had that feeling where I did not want to as much, you know. So I had to give it up and say, Coach, like, football is where I want to pursue, and really just got to focus in on this sport.
That's
Yeah.
tough to do. That's really hard for a lot of kids to, really like 2 sports, but decide on that one.
Yeah, it was a tough mental decision for 2, 3 weeks of just thinking whether or not I should do it.
Is to any coaches that are watching, I want you to tell them why they should recruit you, what kind of a teammate that they're gonna get, and, anything that you would wanna say.
I would say as a teammate, I'm definitely heavily involved with making sure I have a connection with everyone on the team. I hate players that just kind of think that the team should evolve around them. They need a blitz call every play. Like I feel like yes, we're all trying to make it, but at the end of the day, it's a team effort. If we all want to win, and I feel like you can't be a good team without team chemistry. So that's one big thing. And we just got a whole new DB core. Make sure I built a connection, got their phone number, hit them up saying like, if you need anything, I'm here. So that's a big thing for me. If when they get me, they're definitely gonna have. I'm gonna have my drive, my motivation, just to get better every single day. That's just me personally. Um, I'm athletic. Super athletic. I can jump high. Shoot, I can jump
Yeah.
high. I can
You can
run
do
fast.
backflip?
I can do backflips.
Yeah.
It's definitely sideline to sideline. And I know a lot of coaches like that, so I would definitely consider myself a sideline to sideline linebacker. But yeah, I'm dedicated to the game. That's what I honestly could end it on. I'm a person that you will get and you will not regret picking me up. So that's for
At Coach Norvell. Alright, and
exactly
we're gonna
at
make it
Coach
happen.
Norvell.
We're gonna make it
Yeah.